Yo, what's good? What's good with everyone out there, man? Today, man, we're going to be talking about two plugins real quick, you know what I'm saying, for as, the tools that I picked up on Black Friday, whatnot, man, and took advantage of some things, man, and just kind of sharing that or whatnot. It was two of them. One is kind of like a definitely it was a compressor from UAD to go along with my little small handful of UAD tools for the interface for streaming whatnot. And you know what I'm saying, this was a real good pickup, man. Ever since it came out, I wanted it, and I couldn't catch it on sale like I needed to. And you know what I'm saying, I finally got it because and it's been out for a while, but I was like, man, Slate Digital has it, and they came out with their own version. And so now I actually have the UAD version, and that is the Distressor. So I picked that one up. It was on sale, UAD around this time, starting Black Friday, all the way up until past the new year. UAD always running these really good sales, up to like 60% off holiday sales. And you can really take advantage of the UAD tools. Now, if you don't utilize UAD in and out on a daily basis, or, you know, saying it's your common staple in your studio, don't buy into their plugin format or platform or whatnot, because look at it this way. You know what I'm saying? If your UAD interface breaks, you know what I'm saying, you probably have to buy another one. But you already invested into the platform. So your only other route is if you buy another type of interface that you want to kind of like play around with, let's say, for instance, an Antelope or an Apogee, you know what I'm saying, or RME type of interface, one of those high-end interfaces. You can invest into the UAD satellite because you already have an account and everything like that, and all of your stuff would just kind of like, boom, be on the UAD satellite. You know what I'm saying, that's one way to look at it. But you know what I'm saying, the UAD plugins are really good, but you won't benefit off of them unless you have like a quad processor or above. If you're like me and you have the Apollo Twin Duo, which is a twin processor or whatnot, there's two processors on this particular interface. You're not gonna be able to squeeze out, like, you know what I'm saying, a session with all kind of everything exclusively UAD plugins. It's just not going to work. I can barely get, you know what I'm saying, what I can get with a two processor type of situation. So, you know what I'm saying, definitely you have to take advantage if you have a UAD twin with the quad core, not quad core, but a quad processor or an octo processor in your interface. You should be good to go. Pair that with a UAD satellite that's quad or better, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? So those satellites that come in quad and octo give you a lot of power on top of the power that you get inside of your interface. It's definitely worth the grab, and you can mix exclusively with UAD plugins. They're not bad, like I said, you know what I'm saying, but they do use up a lot of CPU on the UAD processing side, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's basically the UAD interfaces have a processor, kind of like how your computer is, but they only process the UAD plugins. That's it, you know what I'm saying? And so it kind of takes a little load off your CPU to some extent, okay? But you know what I'm saying, those plugins, they use up a lot, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be kind of careful with that. Another plugin that we're going to be looking at also is from Fuse Audio, and let me see if I can pull that up. Yes, it's Fuse Audio TCS-68 cassette tape channel. And this is pretty cool, man, because sometimes I don't want to just tack on along a RC20 plugin that's again CPU extensive. I want something that I can actually, something unique to the sound that you're going to be emulating when it comes to that tape sound or that cassette type of sound. And so this plugin that you know, saying from Fuse Audio, the TCS-68, I believe that's the name of it. We're gonna take a look at that because it's a Tascam Porta Studio type of plugin. that emulate cassette tape sound. So we're going to take a look at that. And I'm going to show you the difference of what that does and then what this particular feature in Studio One offers if you buy it, of course, or whatnot. So without further ado, man, we're going to go ahead and slide into Studio One. And before we do all that and stuff like that, man, I appreciate the support if you've been watching the channel and everything like that. If you like what you like, man, you know how to work YouTube. Go ahead and hit the like button or subscribe or whatnot. I apologize for my monotoneness tonight. I'm just kind of like tired. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long week after the Thanksgiving holidays. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just tired, man. But, you know, the show must go on. Everybody wants something and we must deliver. So, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, I just want to say appreciate the support and everything like that. So as I switch over to Studio One, we're going to go ahead and check out these two plugins, be in and out real quick tonight, man. We're going to use nothing but loops on with these particular plugins, and I'm not going to go too much into the plugins because when you use them, they're very, very, very simple to use and very intuitive as well, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this bad boy right here, man. All right, cool deal, man. We are in Studio One now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this. I apologize. Y'all see all these rainbow colors or whatnot. That's the Focusrite interface as far as how I have my hardware hooked up to the inputs or whatnot. So let me hide that for you guys real quick. All right, cool deal, man. So I just picked a random template in Studio One. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this electric guitar track, which is an audio track. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off right now, that Empire plugin. And we're going to just drag a guitar loop in here. Let's see what we can find real quick. So I'm looking for something that will sound real good on a cassette tape. My phone going off here. Hold on a second. All right, there ain't nobody. Trying to find something that's clean, and all of these are clean guitar sounds. I like that right there. So let's go ahead and drag that into Studio One. Let's check the tempo. We got a 94 tempo, 94 BPM. So let's go ahead and jam that in there. Bam, there we go. All right, cool deal. So I adjusted the tempo before I dragged that audio loop into Studio One. What we're gonna do is just create a loop right here. Let's go ahead and engage that loop. All right, cool deal. So we have our loop right here. You hear the tempo. All right, cool. Now let's go ahead and get some drums in here just so we can have a groove and everything like that. So let's go ahead and let's just turn this bad boy off right there, and we'll just rename that drums, and let's look for a drum loop here real quick. Hopefully we can find something that's worth our while. Let's see. Let's go to HeatUp. And let's see if we can find a drum loop in here real quick, man. And let's expand it out. Let's see. We got some drums. Let's see here. Let's go for loop. And I don't think we're going to find anything at 93. So let's improvise here. Let's bring this down to 90. All right, cool deal. I had to adjust the tempo so I can drag a drum loop in here. Let's see here. I think this one's gonna be it right here. So, all right, there we go. All right, we got something we can work with now. That's a nice drum loop too. All right, cool deal. So we got something we can work with just to kind of give you an idea of these plugins that we're about to play around with. All right, so let's start with the TCS-68 from Fuse Audio, which is a tape, a cassette tape type of plug-in here. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just load that bad boy up. Let's see here. Let's go down to Fuse Audio, and we're gonna create our favorites because I like that plug-in. I actually had a chance to play around with it this weekend, and it's pretty cool, man. Pretty goddamn cool. Ain't no pretty cool to it. It's pretty goddamn cool. All right, so you see it right there. If you know anything about Tascam and what the logo looks like, TCS-68, you'll see it right there, man. Yeah, TCS-68 right there. Looks like the Tascam font. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to you can change the size. So you can change the GUI, and you have interface. You have a high quality user interface, or you can go low quality, and you will see the difference in the lines and everything like that. Just keep it on high. You should be okay. All right, so very straightforward plugin. If you don't know how to work this plugin without even watching a YouTube video or reading the manual, you don't need to be doing music. Period. I'm just gonna be blatantly honest with you, man. Y'all catching me on a bad day. When I'm tired or whatnot, I tend to be a little bit straightforward and honest, or whatnot. But if you don't know how to use a EQ, and this is a 3-band EQ, low shelving, a variable mid section, and a high shelving section with a trim, a volume slider, and a pan knob, which is we're on mono, so you can't pan left and right with a power on and off button. If you don't know how to work that, you don't need to be doing audio, period. Just go on ahead and just get your ass off the fucking, just make room for somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's levels to this, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're coming into doing this music stuff, yeah, you got to learn, but some things just make sense. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand it, then ask the question to yourself, well, what I'm in it for? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you're here to learn. And some people don't know, so I'm here to tell you, but I'm not going to teach you EQ. Not today, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what low, mid, and high is, shame on you. So I just have to keep it 100. All right, but we have it on the guitar track, man. Let's go ahead and just kind of play around with it. So we're going to turn the plug-in off. We're going to listen to that guitar again. And I want to emphasize why I'm turning it off, because it gives you a different sound. Okay, we're gonna put this at unity gain at 0. All right, and once I kick it in, you're gonna understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. So here we go. Turn it on. So you can hear a difference in the sound when I turn it off. You hear how clean the sound is? And when I turn it back on, you'll notice it has like a dirty, degraded sound, but it's still there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the cassette sound. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about cassette players, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna test to see how old you guys are, man. Back in the gap when you used to listen to your favorite radio station and you put the cassette tape in your stereo and you can record the actual, you know what I'm saying, songs that was on the radio. That's basically where we at right now with that. I used to do that all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? That when that MC Hammer come on, Too Legit to Quit, boy, I had my tapes ready to go. And stuff like that, man. But anyway, man, so that's where we at, unity gain, or whatnot. We're gonna go ahead and play around with the with the EQ section to see what we could get out of here. Now, there's no compressor on here or anything like that. It's just straight tone. Okay, so this is just kind of like tone shaping tool, and this would be real good just to kind of give your sound a lo-fi type of sound, or you know what I'm saying, a retro type of vibe type of sound. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and turn that channel strip off. We had a channel strip that was on for some reason on the master track. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Okay, all right, cool, we turn that off. All right, cool, here we go. right, cool. That's that's just basically it. That's how you is. You can shake the tone how you want. We can take the lows out. Now you can come back and add your favorite, you know what I'm saying, plugins or whatnot. So let's say, for instance, we're going to go ahead and add 1176 on here. We're going to go ahead and pull up a UAD while I have it on. So we're going to go and pull up a Rev E. Not a Rev E. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Is it not pulling up? Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, okay. The UAD is not reading. All right. Let's make sure that it's turned on a USB strip. And it's not. It is not. So there it is. Y'all hear y'all. Gonna kick in. Watch. Boom. There it is. Connected to all Apollo. I thought it was on. I had just the power on, not the USB. Y'all could tell I'm tired, man. All right, cool. So let's try that again, man. Let's go to our recents. Pull that up. There we go. All right, cool. So we got a Rev V. Matter of fact, that's the wrong one. I don't want that one. Let's go ahead and 776. Let's go with the Rev A. There we go. All right, cool. That's more like it right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dial in some compression, right? Let's go right after. Let's actually go beforehand. All right, so we're gonna turn that this particular plugin. Oh, let's not do that. All right, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna focus on this. We're gonna dial in our compressed guitar sound. All right, cool. We got something right here. All right, so I had changed it to a 12-to-1 ratio. All right, cool deal. Now, let's go ahead and turn this back on and let's see what the vibe is. Oh, yeah. Let's bring down the trim button a little bit. All right, cool deal. Now, we can turn this down on the output right here. We're going to try to get this right here. All right, let's go back here, turn it down a little bit more. There we go. All right, cool, right there. All right, so that's basically, we have a 1176 on here and this plugin right here. We're going to go ahead and turn this off. Turn it back on. So what I'm doing is turning off the whole insert channel. If you was to put effect on here, let's say for instance, we get an effect right here. Let's go ahead and let's scroll down. Let's get some. Just gonna stick to the stock stuff today. Let's say for instance, you grab a mix room, or a mix verb. Excuse me, and want to add a little reverb to that. Right, and let's say for instance you wanted to add some spring reverb to that. Actually, let's go and a little ambience lively. All right, and let's add that reverb on that guitar. Bam, there it is. Turn the plugins off. right, cool deal. That's straightforward, man. That's simple, man. I probably would use this plugin on, you know what I'm saying, something acoustic like, you know what I'm saying, such as pianos, guitars, definitely. Some drums. Let's see here, keys for sure. Some synthesizers. And I think that'll be it. Even vocals, to be honest with you, if you want to dirty up your vocals, you could definitely do that. For as utilizing this plugin right here, man. So definitely take a look at it. It was on sale for Black Friday, so it normally retails at about $39, and I was able to get it for. Am I saying that? Am I right? Hold on one second. No, I'm sorry. It normally retails for $60. Okay, so $60. Black Friday sale they had going on. I think it was like 60% off or something like that. Got it for $18, so less than $20, man. Took advantage of that right there, man. I'm telling you, bro. I was on it. I was on it. I was sitting on the couch, stuffed in a motherfucker, in the phone or whatnot, man. Checking out the deals, man. So, yeah, man. For $60 for this though, and all you get is the EQ section and a trim. That's it. You know what I'm saying? These preamp sections right here though, you can turn off the preamp, tape sound, his sound, and the EQ. So these are all bypass and on, of course. The X Talk is pretty unique. So if we was to drag this plugin or actually create another plugin on the drum track, for example, now we could take advantage of the Crosstalk. Okay, so Crosstalk is basically going to be sound, and I want to show you guys this here in the flash. So if you was to look at Crosstalk, basically you have guitar channel and drum channel. These two, this is your stereo channel. 2 fingers, left, right. Okay, stereo, left, right, stereo, guitar, drum, Crosstalk. On a normal console, what happens is if you have channel 1, channel 2, those signals sometimes blend in with the circuitry of a console. Okay, sometimes the signals blend in together. So on channel 1, which is the guitar, you know what I'm saying, you will hear a little bit of the drums. And on the drum channel, if you solo that drum channel, sometimes you'll hear the guitar channel in that. That's what Crosstalk is. Okay, and so if you use one or more of this plugin right here, then you can engage that Crosstalk. And let's see if it'll do what Studio One loves to do, and I'll show you guys that here in a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, I can hear the difference. Let's give this a little bit more gain. I'm gonna overdrive this drum track. Oh yeah, that's some of that tape saturation, that little cassette tape saturation. We overdriving this like a motherfucker. So let's go ahead and put a limiter on here. I don't know what limiter I'm gonna use. Let's see here. Let's use something real super simple, man. Let's go with the goddamn fuck it. Let's go with the goddamn waves, man. Yeah, let's go with the waves. Come on, buddy. Load up. All right, cool. So we're basically just gonna go ahead and just clip that those drums real quick. Yeah, we good. We already got gain reduction there. There we go, right there. All right, so if we was to take those 2 channels and bypass the plugins, that's what you get right there. So these are very high quality plugins from Fuse Audio. Now, if you paid attention to my YouTube channel or whatnot, I also bought another plugin a couple of weeks ago from Fuse Audio. It's called the BCS1, which is a full featured channel strip, and that thing is awesome. Love the sound on that, man. I can't wait till I get back to mixing and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of mixing projects coming and stuff like that, so I'll be back on it, man, and I'll be using that plugin like crazy, man. Really, really good, man. Really, really, really good. And stuff like that. So go ahead and just fumble back a couple of weeks on my channel, and you'll see the video of Fuse Audio VCS-1 channel strip plugin. Check that video out right there, man. I'll what they say, I'll leave a link up there, but I doubt it though. I don't do all that shit, man. That's all right. But anyway, man, though, yeah, man. So yeah, this plugin is very, very high quality, man. Let's turn it back on again. All right, so we're gonna solo that drum track, and we're gonna see if we can hear the guitar. We shouldn't, but we're gonna see if we can hear the guitar bleed on here. And we don't. I wonder is it because this right here? If you look on the guitar track, it's not on because it's a mono track. So I'm thinking, does it have to be a stereo track? Let's do this. We're dragging on the reverb. Okay, so you can hear it very faintly. We should just hear only reverb from the actual guitar, but we can hear a little bit of that drum. You probably can't hear it, but I can definitely hear it in my headphones or whatnot. So the Crosstalk actually does work. That's pretty cool right there, man. All right, cool deal, man. So yeah, that's that right there with that plugin. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check it out, man. Get the demo if you can. Pretty straightforward plug-in. You know what I'm saying? You have a trim knob, 3-band EQ, you know what I'm saying? The mids are variable frequency. You know what I'm saying? Left and right if you have it on a stereo track, a simple fader, power button. And that's it, folks. You can turn off the preamp, which is the trim button. The tape sound if you don't want that. The hiss if you don't want the hiss sound. Turn off the EQ and enable crosstalk again, only if you have stereo. Have it on the stereo track right there, man. That's as plain as it get, man. So that sounds pretty good. The guitar sounds pretty good with the 1176, the doggone Rev A or whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and let's do this. Let's strip this plug-in right here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We ain't gonna need that no more. And we're not gonna need this no more. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and just turn this off, because now we're gonna move on to the Distortion. And we're gonna check out the Distortion, man. This is my first time actually playing around with it since I, you know what I'm saying, activated it or whatnot. So if you know anything about the UAD platform, they make you download all of the goddamn plugins. Like all of the plugins, man. It's like a whole bunch of them. It's like, I want to say 3.5 gigs, if not more, of plugins that you have to download each time you have to update the UAD software. Or whatnot, and you can go in there and delete the VST DLL shells. Excuse me, not shells, but the DLL files, which is the VST files. But sometimes you may want to demo something, you know what I'm saying? So it forces you to download all that shit. Well, here we are, man. You know what I'm saying? My demo is still active. That's good. Or whatnot, but it's definitely bought, man. Let's see here. Let's show you guys. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, cool. So this is the CPU meter. If you can see that, if you guys can see that. Nope. Let me blow that window up right there, man. All right, cool. So this is the CPU meter already. With this plugin on, yeah, it's using a lot of CPU sources. If I was to turn this off, you'll notice that the CPU meter now goes at 18%, and I think I have something. Oh, I have that UAD plugin. So with the UAD plugin right here, which is using let's see, is using 18% of CPU processing power. 18%, roughly 18%, not accurately, but roughly. I think it's like 13. The other 5% is reserved for the actual UAD to work. Or whatnot. But if you turn on the empirical lab, all right, check this out. I want to see. Nah, I probably can't do it. Remember, it was 18%. It jumps up to 32%. So already you're using a third. You're using a third of the doggone processing power if you have the UAD twin and you only got 2 plugins. So you almost have to treat this like analog gear. You know what I'm saying? If you're utilizing it, cool. You know what I'm saying? Commit your sound record it, freeze it, flatten it, whatever you got to do. But don't lead us up here and you think you're gonna mix a whole song if you have the Apollo Twin or Apollo Twin or a solo is out of there for you. Whatnot. Now, if you have a quad, you may get away with you could double that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Twice two. You know what I'm saying? So if that was 32%, it probably would be at 16% right now if you had a quad processor in your UAD interface or satellite. So just think about it that way, man. These plugins are high CPU usage far as the processor is concerned, but they sound fucking good though. Don't get it confused. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and check out this on the drums. All right. So this is the Stressor. If you know anything about this plugin, it is a plugin of its own. It's a little bit of mixture of a tube sound, tape saturation, a little bit of solid state, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of variable mu, a little bit of BCA compression, all of those different type of compression styles is all mixed into this type of compressor. And if you know anything about the hardware, I had a chance to play with this in Atlanta at a studio I visited, and also in Memphis as well, man. And this piece of hardware is very, very sought out. It's still on the market currently. But man, let me tell you something. $1,200 for the regular unit. The British mode is another $400 on top of that $1,200. So that's total of $1,600 for this compressor hardware form. Well, you could just go ahead and pay the $329, but I got this on sale with the Black Friday sale with UAD had. With the 25% off, I was able to cop it at $99. $100 for this right here when it retails at $329, man. So again, still whatnot. But this plugin is very, very cool. It definitely does wonders on vocals. It does wonders on drums, primarily. Vocals and drums, awesome. Guitars, pretty good. Bass guitar, awesome. So whatever you throw at it, it can handle it. And it gives you different type of flavors. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you want that 1176 sound, but you don't want to have 1176 sound, far as in the physical or plug-in format, pull up a Distortion and you will be able to achieve that. Not only that, you can squeeze some distortion out of here that sounds very, very good, and also some saturation out of here that sounds really, really good. So you get 4 knobs. That's it. 4 knobs. You know what I'm saying? Input, attack, release, output. That simple. If you don't know anything about compression, I will do something about that later on, but I ain't going to explain that to you because if you're watching this channel, I hope you understand that. But input is basically going to drive your signal into the compressor, utilizing the attack and release times to, you know what I'm saying, gauge your timing of your compressor. And then you have a ratio button right here. So you have 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 6-to-1, 10-to-1, and 20-to-1, and this nuke button, which is kind of like all buttons in type of situation and stuff like that. So the higher you go in the ratios, the more you can get this saturated, distorted type of sound, okay? And it's not like a guitar pedal, so don't get it confused. It's more of a natural, pleasing, warm foot. I can't explain it. You have to hear it for yourself, okay? But it's a definitely good harmonic distorted type of sound. Now, as you're adjusting these ratios or whatnot, and you're driving your signal in and everything like that, you're going to get this little LED light that'll tell you 1% total harmonic distortion. So that'll light up every now and then. Once this light up fully at, you know what I'm saying, if it lights up fully at that yellow amber light, you're getting 1% total harmonic distortion. So you're getting distortion added in there, and if you redline it, you basically are slamming this in the wall right now. All right, the detector mode basically is for your sidechain functions and stuff like that. And the audio, now you have a high pass type of situation where, again, you know what I'm saying, it'll high pass the signal at a certain point. You know what I'm saying, anything below that, you know what I'm saying, won't get compressed. But then you have a distortion mode number 2 and distortion mode number 3. I'm not exactly if this second harmonics or third harmonics as far as the distortion is concerned, but you definitely can hear the difference, and you can get different combinations. When I keep clicking this button, you will see it look like a goddamn traffic light. So, you know what I'm saying? You can definitely get what you can off of there. On off button, dry wet mix knob is a feature that's not on the hardware unit, but it's on this particular plugin. Dry wet mix knob, super simple, man. You can actually do parallel compression, so you can blend a little bit of that dry signal in with the affected signal. And last but not least, you got a bypass button in the middle. That's it, straightforward, man. If you don't know how to work EQ, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on now. You're watching the right channel, man. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But let's get up in here and let's check out the sound on the drums. A lot of people use this use the Distortion on bass guitar and drums primarily and stuff like that. So the same drums that we was playing, we're gonna go ahead and compress the fuck out of these drums, and you're really gonna hear the sound coming here through the UAD Distressor, the best emulation for the actual hardware unit. Let's check it out. Already by default, you see it. We had 20-1. It won't be there. It actually will be by default on 6-1. But I'm gonna shut up, and what I'm gonna do is let you guys hear the difference in each ratio. I told you, you go up higher in the ratio, you'll start to hear a little bit of tone change in the drum sound. Okay, so again, we have this set on default. Let me put this back on default because it's like right there, 5.5, like in between 6 and 5 by default. So I'm gonna keep everything. Everything is by default in between 6 and 5. Attack and release times both are on 5. Nothing else added on here. We got it on the default ratio at 6-1. Nothing lit up. Check it out. I'm gonna start at 6-1, and then I'm gonna go to 1-1, and then I'm gonna move my way up to the nuke ratio. Excuse me, ratio, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Here we go. Two to 1. All right, we're gonna go to 3-1. We'll go to 4-1. I'm gonna go to 6-1. I'm gonna go to auto mode 10-1. I'm gonna go to 21. I'm gonna go to nuke. Now let's make up that volume. That's the volume right there, right? We got it on nuke. Check this out. All right, so we did a little bit of gain staging by utilizing the gain dry wet mix knob, or I could just simply turn it on, off, or whatnot. So you can hear the difference in each ratio or whatnot. So when you do your gain staging on the output knob, trying to match the regular dry signal or whatnot, you'll definitely hear that even though it's compressing, it's still adding some type of distorted type of sound, but it's soft, it's pleasant, and everything like that. All right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna scale it down back to 10-1, or actually 6-1. Okay, we're gonna do our gain staging real quick. All right, there we go, right there. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add this audio distortion in here. And I hope you can hear the difference in the audio as we switch from these different audio modes right here. You can hear different flavors and how it's affecting the sound or whatnot. I'm not going to show you the detector because just basically we don't have it in sidechain mode right now. And you would notice that the 1% total harmonic distortion was lit up or whatnot. All right. That's basically it with the plugin. Let's go ahead and play around with the input and attack and release knobs, and you will see how when you adjust your input knob, how much compression you will actually get coming into the plugin, and then you'll adjust the timing and everything like that. So let's get it tailored for this particular drum loop. And you'll notice that when we back off on the input signal, you notice that it sounds different, right? And that's still a lot of drastic. All right, cool deal. So that's kind of like moderate right there. You know what I'm saying? If you're keeping the signal on the gain reduction like in the green, that's pretty moderate. Yellow, you're going to start hearing some of that little distortion. And orange, yeah, you're driving that signal, man. And you're getting a very, very, very compressed signal. Soft distortion a little bit or whatnot. But let's get a nice sound out of here. So when it comes to drum loops, I'm listening to the snare and how I can affect that snare. I like it right there. So that's a very slow release. So that's with the dry signal plug-in off. Gonna turn it back on. Let's turn that output down just a little bit. Yeah, that's about it right there. You'll notice that the drum loop, it sounds lifeless, but when we turn this back on, you hear that snare open up. The kick drum has a little bit more attack and like a tad bit of beef to it as well. Let's drive the fuck out of this bitch. You hear that? I'm driving the input signal. I didn't even touch the output. And I could I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I could be good with that. You hear that? Now let's play around with the distortion mode. Ooh. Wowzers. There it is. We game match that. See how you can really fuck up some drums? Now let's add that guitar in here just to see how that sounds. All right, here we go. Yeah, I like that. Now what you could do is just add a EQ to this, and you got something special. So let's go ahead and pull up that let's pull up an EQ. Let's keep it in the family. We're gonna pull up this bad boy right here. All right, so we're gonna pull this bad boy up. We're gonna turn off the preamp, and we're gonna turn off the compressor and the gate, and we're just gonna have the EQ. We're gonna go ahead and EQ this bad boy real quick, and see what we can get, man. Limiter on. Yeah. Let's turn everything off on that channel. So you hear the difference, right? with an actual instrument. And you notice that we had to turn the guitar down in order to make the mix make sense, right? But the drums is like, all right, it's a drum loop. But when you turn this bitch on, sounds like you got a reverb on and you really don't. Now we got to turn the guitar up. And there it is, man. Yes, sir. That's it. That is it, man. That is it, man. So that's all I had to show you guys today, man. You know what I'm saying? These little pickups that I got as far as the effects is concerned. I'm looking at my dry erase board right now. That is it, man. I don't have any more effects. Oh, yes, I do. Let me add this one on there. I'm gonna have to change the title. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I'm actually losing my thought. I'm trying to get the hell up out of here tonight, man. So y'all remember, you know what I'm saying, when I showed you guys this bad boy right here, right? So this is the tape effect, all right? Now this is if you know anything about Studio One, the mix effect, okay, it has this thing called the console shaper plugins that you can add on, let's say an auxiliary track, master track, or sub track, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically any I guess submix track that you have in Studio One, you can add these little situations. This is the original console shaper right here, but you can actually add something different on here. And so you have the CTC1 plugin, which gives you a bigger feature of the console shaper, a Neve console type of emulation as far as the Neve console is concerned, and also some type of London console or whatnot. Then they came out with this other new one last year, and this one was pretty cool. I took advantage of it and bought it at the time because it gives you the ability to have that API console style, or you can switch it up and you can get the SSL type of sound right here on each of your tracks. And I'll explain how this shit goes. But then there was something else different, and I was like, damn, that's pretty cool if you made beats in freaking Studio One. So if you don't make beats in Studio One, you can't take advantage of this unless they have a VST3 version, but I don't think they do. All right, or a VST version. So basically what you have to do is you have to kind of like utilize this you have to utilize this particular plugin, or these particular plugins in Studio One only when it comes to mixing or making beats in Studio One. So this last one is Porta Cassette. So it's basically kind of like the same type of effect, but what this does is, just like all the other ones I showed you before, this one right here, it applies the console-like type of sound to each track. Now we have this on the master track, okay? So if you look over here, that's where I was making all those changes. The Alpine Desk, the Brit, the actual regular console shaper that comes with the Studio One, and then the Porta Cassette. Okay, so when you have this engage as a mix effect on your stereo output channel or submix, whatever, is going to be some type of auxiliary track that you will have. This will affect whatever sounds, or excuse me, whatever channels that are signal or routed into this particular stereo track. I hope this all makes sense. So let me break it down to you. So each of these channels that you have, let's say we have vocals and all kind of bullshit on all of these channels that I have highlighted right here. If it's routed into a submix or a master track, or basically just the master by itself, which is right here, this effect is going to be on each of these channels. So we have a total of 8 channels. All 8 channels that is routed to that master track is going to be affected by the plugin that you have under the mix effects. Okay. Now you'll be able to use the mix effects because it has its own separate plugin insert, if that makes any sense. So you just can't just go and add this on one of these regular ass channels. No, you have to have the specific and the right channel in order to take advantage of the mix effects. Okay. So back to the topic of hand, this porta cassette right here. So now we can affect and get that tape-like effect on each of these two channels that we have, the guitar and the drum track. So you remember this one on the track, on the guitar? Yeah, we can go ahead. This is just only for the guitar. We have more individual control when it comes to trim, highs, mids, lows, and volumes and everything like that. But hey, we got this bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? It's going to give us the sound, but not EQ and trim control. Okay, so let's turn this one off. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. It's off. Y'all see, it's off right there. All right, we're going to pull this up, and we're going to see how this sounds going through, well, the guitar sound and the drum sound going through this bad boy right here. And let's just play around to see what the sound is. And this is my first time actually using this. I use like my partner Record's album and new songs, or actually not his old album, his new songs that he's been putting out, and a couple of other people that I've been working with. I have used this particular emulation like crazy. And what it does to the fidelity of the audio signal is blown my mind. I have used Slate VCC plugin, Waves NLS, you know, those channel, those those console channel emulation type of plugins. I have tried them all. This is awesome. This is awesome and stuff like that, man. It is awesome if you know how to use it correctly. Okay, so I'm very, very curious to see what the cassette situation does. This is my first time playing around with it, so let's see what to do. Wow, I can hear a difference already. Let me turn this off for y'all. Listen to the snare attack and the guitar. All right, I'm about to turn it on. So you do get kind of like a cassette-ish tape sound out of it. It's not as strong and as prominent as this plugin right here, but if you need that, if you're doing lo-fi production, you know what I'm saying, a retro vibe, you know what I'm saying, something, you know what I'm saying, real 70s-ish or whatnot, or even 80s-ish or whatever the case may be, or if you have a group of guitars on a group track, or your synthesizers, if you're doing like this synthwave type of genre type of music, and you have all your synths grouped into one submix, you can utilize it for that, or even all your drums in a submix, you can utilize that as well, man. So let's go ahead and drive. Let's do some driving, some crosstalk, and see what we can come up with. All right, cool deal. So you really don't get too much mojo out of here. You just really get the cassette tape sound out of it, or whatever the case may be, man. It's very subtle, but it's effective at the same time. So it doesn't color your sound. It does color your sound, but it kind of like, it takes like a lot of the, man, y'all know what the cassette tapes used to sound like, man. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really it's doing to directly to the guitar or directly to the drum sound. It's just giving you that tape feeling, that tape sound, or whatever the case may be, man. Now, the unique thing about this particular plugin, it has a pitch knob. Now, this is pretty cool, especially if you have vocals. Check this out. I wish you could put this on the individual tracks, but check out what it does. This pitch knob. Watch what I do. So you have a pitch knob right here. You can kind of alter the pitch a little bit, kind of like, you know, saying what you could do with those porta cassette, Tascam porta cassette tape players or whatnot, man. So that's just basically it, man. But we're gonna get back to the Mojo right there. And you notice we're back at the clean sound. So it definitely adds a tape feel to your track, give it more of a lo-fi type of feel if that's what you was going for or whatnot. Now, the only other thing I needed to show you guys is this right here. It's the free plugin from Waves that came out on Black Friday. It's called Lo-Fi, I think. Let me just type in that name. Lo-Fi, which they came out with a new plugin for as Retro-Fi. Waves is on that bullshit when it comes to marketing. Whoever's on that marketing team, I hope they getting paid good, man, because they so fucking predictable, man. I knew when they was coming out with this free plugin, it was going to be a follow-up. So this ain't nothing but a slimmed down version of the new Retro-Fi plugin that they just came out with like 3 days after they released this free shit right here, man. They did the same thing with the Berserk Distortion plugin back in 2019. And then they came out with like 3 modules of distortion. So this is the same shit. Now, on this particular plugin right here, I see that it is just nothing but an echo and a reverb, whatnot. So it's just another reverb, echo type of shit or whatever the case may be, man. So y'all know we have this plugin on the we have it on the effects channel, which is basically an aux channel or a bus. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to drive this signal from the guitar. We're going to solo the guitar. We're going to drive this signal into here. No presets chosen. Let's see what it sounds like. This is my first time actually opening it up. All right, let's check it out. So we don't have nothing. Let's see here. Oh, hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and put this in solo. Hold on one second. There is a solo safe. I need to put it in solo safe. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. It should be soloing with this right here. Hold on one second. There we go. All right. So let's check this out. All right, cool. So it's a reverb / delay plugin, one of those all built into one. It's low on the CPU meter. So if we pull up the CPU meter, show devices. Let's check this out. Did y'all know Studio One version 5.4 came out with this new feature? So if your plugins are not being used and there's no audio being ran through the plugin, it goes into sleep mode. Yes, so it helps your computer stay a little optimized there or whatnot, man. But this plugin right now, it uses 7 instances on the CPU natively on your actual computer CPU. So that's not bad for a reverb and an echo, and you get a big sound. So right now we're on the plate, reverb plate. I like that. That's a nice reverb sound. This is probably the best reverb sound that Waves have. Yeah. You hear that tail? All right, so let's switch to the spring and see what happens. Yeah, that's very funky. That's a very funky sound right there. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Now let's take the reverb off. Let's put it on echo and see what kind of delay effects we get. So this echo is weird. It's like it's off on purpose. Let's put the ping pong feature on. Okay, so you can't drive it too hard, but I like it where it's at. Now let's combine it with the reverb. Ooh. Let's turn that reverb down a little bit. I like that. So this plugin is called Lo-Fi Space. I called it Lo-Fi, but it's Lo-Fi Space. My apologies for that. Nobody don't come beat me up in the YouTube comments. I like that, man. Now let's play with the high pass and low pass filters. Let's get a real retro vibe. Ooh, right there. Let's turn it back on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's drive a little bit more sin level in the return track. Yeah, that's fire right there. Let's put it on plate real quick. Man, that sounds like it kind of gives me a remnants of a guitar pedal more than anything, and not really your traditional reverb types right here. It sounds more like a guitar pedal and stuff like that. So I really like this for free. I really like this. I will be utilizing this a lot. Now I have downgraded my Waves plugins and stuff like that. I downgraded. I ain't gonna say that, but I downgraded and stuff like that. So I don't have as many Waves plugins that I used to have, especially on the reverb side of things and whatnot. So this is going to definitely be in my arsenal. I like the sound of it and whatnot, man. So that was the only other grab and the only other thing nobody don't give a shit about echo and reverb or whatnot. So that's why I probably didn't put it in the title and put it on my dry erase board. But I just thought about it and I hadn't had a chance to demo it. So this was my first time demoing it right there, man. So like I said, man, we're going to go ahead and get the hell up out of here, man. I hope you guys like what you like on this channel. I hope you learned something here on the god doggone during this live stream right here. What we went over. Well, let's basically check this out. Actually, hold on. Before we get up out of here, one more thing, goddammit. Let's put that Porter cassette on there. Now that's retro right there. Now that sounds like a cassette. That sounds like a cassette right there. All right. Basically, man, we talked about 4 plugins tonight. We talked about this Porter cassette type of sound, which is the Mix Effects console shaper plugins that's built into the Studio One DAW. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Waves freebie they gave out on Black Friday called Lo-Fi Space. Pretty goddamn good. You know what I'm saying? Guitar pedal type effects. The next thing we talked about was the UAD Distressor plugin I got for dirt cheap. You know what I'm saying? $100 is dirt cheap with a UAD. I'm just gonna tell you, that's like spending $10 anywhere else, man. But yeah, very nice addition, man. I love this. This sounds so good on vocals. It sounds so goddamn good on drums and bass guitar, man. We're gonna be utilizing that heavy. And last but not least, man, we have this right here. This plugin right here, man, from Fuse Audio, man. Fuse Audio, F-U-S-E, Fuse Audio, the TCS-68 channel, tape cassette channel, okay? Tape cassette channel, okay? TCS-68 tape cassette channel, man. A Tascam cassette tape Porter Studio type of vibe right there, man. So we went all of these plugins and whatnot, man. You can go to their respective websites, check them out in their full entirety, watch some more YouTube videos, read their manuals and stuff like that. But these plugins, I dig deep. When I put my money into something, I make sure that it's gonna be worth my while. I can pull it up and get to work instantaneously, and I ain't gotta think about, well, hey, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know what I'll be using this for. You know what I'm saying? Definitely for the lo-fi vibes. You know what I'm saying? This one right here gonna be a workhorse. This is gonna be a staple. Use this for like definitely guitars, this lo-fi type of vibe. And whenever I can, I'll utilize this on a sub mix with guitars, vocals, synths, drums, wherever. You know what I'm saying? But definitely not on the master track unless the whole song is cut like it was with tape and stuff like that. So, like I said, man, this has been your boy Super Mario, man. Y'all know how to work YouTube. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like with this video if you like what it is, and I'll catch y'all the next go around. The next go around, man, we're gonna stop talking about plugins, and I still got some Black Friday stuff, but I may do these as upload videos and not as a live stream, because we got to get back to creating and mixing and talk about different things and whatnot, man. But our next live stream, man, we're gonna talk about some hardware, because guess what, y'all? I got some hardware now, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, my collection is complete, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna spill the beans, man. I can't. I'm so happy, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. When you're fortunate and you work your ass off, you know what I'm saying, you reap the benefits of working your ass off and doing shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? What you do to others, gonna come back and do to you, man. So you be a blessing to others and they'll be a blessing to you. You see what I'm saying? That shit is so fucking true. You know what I'm saying? What you put out there, you know what I'm saying? Good energy, good vibes. You get that shit back, man. That shit reciprocates back to you. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, man, I finally have my own 1176 piece of hardware, bro. So just like this plugin right here, but not like this plugin. You know what I'm saying? We got the blackface. Man, look here, bro. It's not a Universal Audio or Yuri 1176, but it's one of those clones. Check it out, man. It's right here, man. Oh yeah. Yeah. And bro, I played with it all last night, man. Trying it, setting it up and everything like that in the studio. I was fix my camera, man. I was super excited, man. So just basically, you know what I'm saying, I showed you guys, man. So this right here is what I'm talking through right now. Hello. How you doing? So basically we got our Focusrite. We got this channel strip, which is my broadcast strip right there. Then we got the newly acquired studio channel from Personas. Very good tube channel strip, you know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna be cutting vocals through there, but also we'll be utilizing it when we're mixing. It's for like background vocals, leads, you know what I'm saying, individual sounds on drums and stuff like that if we need some type of tube sound. This little situation right here is a stereo compressor. Back from the late 90s, early 2000s, Alesis 3630 dual band compressor. This compressor is really nice, man. It's not your SSL or anything like that. It just has a unique, clean sound. Transparent compressor. It don't color the sound, but it affects the sound really good. And it glues together very clean. So I definitely like it, you know what I'm saying, for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Definitely you don't want to color the sound too much. So for hip hop, it's perfect, you know what I'm saying? And I found that a lot of EDM and electro music producers, this is how I found out about this plugin, because this piece of hardware, man, because you had a lot of people that was doing electro music, house music, with this particular plugin. I liked what it was doing with the drums. So I went and researched it, and reverb.com, man. I keep telling you, man, you find some high quality hardware on there for dirt cheap, better than eBay. If you fucking around with eBay, you killing yourself, man. Go to Reverb, man. These people, bro, tell it, reverb.com. This joint right here, guess who it's made by? It's made by Behringer, but don't get it twisted. Behringer has came a long way, and I figured out the trick with Behringer, okay? Behringer only make good products like this, you know what I'm saying? Those mixers, piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a couple of Behringer mixers, piece of shit, man, because they know that shit is gonna sell. But this stuff, this is the Virtualizer 3D. this is a hardware multi-effects processor. You get reverbs, delays, stomp box type of effects, dynamic, psychoacoustic effects. I mean, you get about 100 different effects in this little bitch right here, man. And guess how much it costs? Less than $200, bro. This is the best $200 I done spent in a long time. And we're gonna do some videos on this right here, because what this plugin was doing, this plugin right here, Lo-Fi Space, what this was doing, this little $200 rack unit can do the same thing. I'm telling y'all, man. And last but not least, man, we got the 1176 clone by this company called Clark Technique, man. If you want some affordable hardware, check them out, man. Check them out. Now, people give them shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not Yuri, it's not a Universal Audio, it's not any of the big dog clones that they're doing. It's not even Warm Audio. But I tell you one thing, it sounds better than Warm Audio. I listened to a lot of YouTube comparisons, and I love the sound of this. And I ran some vocals through here. Oh my God. I ran a guitar, a virtual guitar. I just can't imagine a real guitar. I ran a virtual instrument guitar through this bitch. Man, let me tell you something. And guess what? I got the sound coming out of here. So, you know what I'm saying? The insert patch from one of my inputs from the Focusrite. So I'll take like input 3 output goes into here. Okay, the 1176, right? And then the output of the 1176 goes into this right here. That is a y'all. That's my bowl of ramen noodles right there, man. Had to eat light, man. You know what I'm saying? Working out, man. Eat light. But anyway, a bowl of ramen noodles, bro. Nah, the output of this is going into this. Now, this is a guitar pedal, 10-band EQ. Don't get it twisted. This EQ sounds better than a lot of EQs that are on the market that cost $600, $700, $800. All it is a tone shaper. So if I need to duck down certain frequencies and just shape the tone, this thing right here puts out some volume, and it's clean as fuck. The cleanest sound I have ever heard. It's cleaner than a damn preamp on a Focusrite. This right here. Yes. Don't get it confused. This bitch is the truth. This and this, oh, bro, it's on and popping, man. So we definitely got some videos coming up on that, and just to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just to show you how I have it hooked up for my studio. Your studio and how you have your shit hooked up is for your workflow, but I have tailored these machines, or these units, should I say. I bought them specifically for specific things. So when you're building your studio, don't just go buy something because somebody said go buy the shit. You know what I'm saying? Do your research, number one. Number two, find something that's in your workflow. Just because I got a Clark Technique 1176, KT76, whatever the fuck you want to call it, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You may not understand and know how to work 1176. I know how to work 1176 because when I first started mixing, the first plugin with Pro Tools was the Bomber 76. That particular type of plugin. Y'all remember that Bomb plugin or whatever the case may be? Yeah, that little black plugin, the compressor. That's how I started. So I've been working on 1176 for years in the plugin format. And for me to finally put my hands on an actual 1176 piece of hardware, it was God saying, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I had smiles all the way up to here, bro. Like, for real, for real. And actually just to turn one, and I done played with them in school, but it's like when you own something versus playing with something that belongs to somebody else, it's a different feeling. You can play with somebody else's kids, but when you have your kids, yeah, it's different. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, bro. Oh my God. The sound coming out of there is just immaculate. I can't wait to show you guys what this bad boy can do, man. But man. The workflow that I have specifically for this is for mixing. It's a hybrid of mixing and recording at the same time. So like I told y'all, that Persona Studio channel, straight recording vocals through that, so we can warm up the vocals with the tube. Okay, now I have it double patched where I can insert this little 1/4-inch cable into the line end on the front end of the studio channel, so I can mix through that. You know what I'm saying? And then of course that stereo compressor I was showing you guys and whatnot, that's more of a we're gonna put it on the drum bus. We're gonna put it on the synth bus. Okay, we're gonna put it on the master track, just to glue the mix together and say we ran it through hardware type of situation. Or we can run individual background vocals. So let's say for instance you have somebody say, yo, throw it up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You take that take and you just patch it into the left or the right channel of the compressor. Just compress it. Clean compression, but it's running through a hardware unit. When you run things through a hardware unit, it sounds different. It's definitely not a plug-in sound. I can tell you that much right there. The Virtualizer 3D, I played around with that earlier in some live streams. If you've been paying attention to the channel, you will hear the difference. It's a different reverb than it is with an actual reverb plug-in in the box. Hardware reverb blows your mind of the depth it has or whatnot. Man. Yeah. You know, even the reverbs that come built in on the mixer sounds really, really good. And it sounds different than a plug-in reverb. We got a lot of work to do with y'all. So y'all stay tuned to the channel, man. Subscribe, man. And we about to get busy, y'all. And stuff like that, man. So yeah, man. I've been working in the box for a long time. Long time. I also have worked outside of the box. When you work outside of the box, it's a good appreciation, but when you can have it in your own studio, you develop a different type of workflow. Just to give you an example, a guitar player has its own stomp box. You know what I'm saying? They may have 10 different guitar pedals, but those 10 different guitar pedals are specific to the guitar player and how he plays his particular guitar and the type of guitar he has. You can't take Led Zeppelin and take all of his guitar pedals and give it to Jimi Hendrix. The shit don't fucking work that way, because those two guitar players, I'm sorry, not Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is a group. Carlos Santana, there we go. You can't take Carlos Santana and all of his guitar pedals that he used to track and stuff like that and say, hey, Jimmy, go use Carlos Santana shit. He ain't gonna like that because it's a different tone. It's a different workflow and everything like that. Same thing applies to the stuff that's in your studio, man. So I said all that to say this, man. Don't copy other people's style. Get your own style, man. Like I said, that's my preaching right there, man. I'm gonna get the fuck up on out of here, man. Y'all be easy and stuff like that. Catch y'all on the next YouTube stream and stuff like that. Like I said, y'all already know how to use YouTube. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it. If you're not, you're not. That's all good, because I'm gonna keep putting it in your face, man. Y'all know how to work YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, like button, and we out, man. Check this groove out of this 2-track channel, whatever the fuck this is, man. And we are out of here, man. Y'all be easy out there, man. Be safe. And I guess mask up again. We got another variant of this damn COVID, man. We out of here, man. Y'all be easy, bro.